Okay, so the other Walerian Borowczyk movie they have on Netflix that I watched while I was sick, because I've been sick for like a week, or actually more now. It was gross. I don't know where it came from. Nobody else I know has it, and it was just it was nasty. But I was watching this while I was all, oh god. But anyway, the fucking thing is called The Beast, right? La Bête. And fucking picking my nose on camera and drinking coffee. Super old coffee. It does not taste good, and it's getting on my mustache. Everything's going wrong. I'm a terrible monster. Anyway, The Beast, right? This movie is fucked. It's well, it's not super disturbing or anything, but like, it gets dirty in ways that I'd rather not have things get dirty in. Like, it's like the whole premise of it is, it's like there's like these two French aristocratic families or whatever, and they're like supposed to like get married for like kind of financial reasons, and like there's this one family of like, and the guys are all like super spooky and shit, and they're like one guy might have killed his wife, you know, and like there's like another guy who has like a son who's just like a weird dude who was like, he's just kind of an ugly guy who likes to smoke all the time, and he's just kind of a weird guy. He likes to watch horses fuck. Like, it seems like that's like his one thing. It seems like he became like a horse breeder or something just to watch horses fuck. And like, that's part of the movie. It's like fucking like the first like 10 minutes is horse porn. It's just like super close up, hardcore, full penetration horse porn. It's really rough. So like, if you don't want to see that, then you know, you can pretty much just go you can go 10 minutes in and the movie actually starts, and there's no more horse porn at that point. But it's fucking, it's full of horse porn though, like really really graphic horse porn. So I don't know how long this is going to be on like streaming services, because somebody's going to fucking complain about all the horse porn. You know, like they're doing each other, they're not doing humans. That would be illegal, I think. But you know, still it's pretty. I just don't want to see horses fuck. Walerian, come on, man. Anyway, so like this yeah, it's like this weird family of like reclusive like fuckers, and they he's got an ugly son who's all like spooky and likes to watch horses fuck, and like they have to like, one of the things is like they have to get like a cardinal to bless like the marriage, because there's like a will that some guy left, and they're trying to get the money. So that's pretty much like what the movie's about, right? It's like just like people trying to get like this kind of like inheritance like through marriage, like for like money purposes. But yeah, it gets weird after that. Well, like, the whole movie's weird, but there's this whole kind of, it starts out as a subplot of just like the castle that they go to is kind of like haunted by like a weird like beast or something, or that's the kind of like the urban legend that like surrounds like the house, is like that there's like some weird like animal in the woods, and like one of the previous like duchesses or whatever who used to live there like went like encountered the second thing in the woods, and it's like kind of a legend. And like, but that doesn't come up for like a long time. It's just like people kind of doing this whole like marriage intrigue like thing at this house, and like kind of threatening each other with like secrets and shit, you know. But it, like, and that sounds like really cool, but it's actually like slightly boring. But then, right towards the end of the movie, because one of the things that, like, it's Walerian Borowczyk, so of course it's super fucking dirty. Well, it's not super dirty, but like there's a lot of fucking and tits in it, and you know, stuff like that. And like, one of the major themes throughout this movie is like, anybody who's trying to like, you know, have it away, I guess, with anyone else. Anybody who's trying to fuck, they can never actually like get off or anything. They always get like super fucking either like distracted by something, or like somebody like, you know, they like need something. Like, there's this like butler guy who's trying to like, who's always trying to bang the like the daughter of this family, but like they always keep fucking getting interrupted. Like, just like in the middle of it. Like, nobody can actually, like, do anything. So, towards the end of this movie, like, there's, like, a weird dinner party with this guy, like, the ugly guy. And he's like, you know, I had to quit smoking, you know, because of this whole marriage thing. And he just, like, he's like, so I talked to my doctor, and now I just chew all day, like, and he starts like cramming like these corn nuts and shit into his mouth and just like cackling, and they just fucking drag him away, and he's got a cast the whole time, like his arm's broken, but it turns out, because later in the film, it's like like the girl he's trying to get married to is having this weird wank fantasy. She's like about the lady who previously lived there, like going into the woods and like encountering this like crazy ass like kind of like badger werewolf monster guy and just like banging the shit out of him in the woods until he dies. Like blood ends up like coming out of his face, and it's super graphic. Like she's like there's the costume, like the makeup and the costume for this monster is actually pretty fucking good for like what this movie is. It's just like some full body like weird suit with like a giant fucking like heart on. And they end up like, so part of the part of like the whole thing like comes down at the end. It's like this girl might be having like she might just be thinking about fucking monsters like while she's like trying to get herself off, but at the same time it kind of turns out there are weird little fantasy things like history, because the guy that she's supposed to get married to fucking dies. He just like falls over and dies somehow, and his cast breaks, and it turns out he's got like a crazy ass like fucking monster claw and like a tail and all this weird shit, so he's like part monster. So like he's like the offspring of the monster sex that was going on in the past with the previous like the Baroque era like duchess that like used to live there, and it's like a big thing, and everybody freaks out and starts panicking and running around the house, and they run out, and like some guy gets his throat slit. He like the guy's dad kills the guy who's supposed to like hook up the cardinal. The cardinal's like blessing or whatever. He just kills the shit out of him with a straight razor for no like particular reason. Like nothing going on in this movie. Sorry about that. Something came up on the screen, but yeah, like nothing in this movie really has like too much of a fucking reason. It's just kind of it feels like there's some shit going on that's worth analyzing, but I can't figure out what it is. It seems like it's just like an excuse for like showing weird monster sex in a forest and like a bunch of tits. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, everybody says this is a masterpiece, but Walerian Borowczyk's masterpiece, but, like, honestly, I liked Immortal Tales a little bit better. Like, this is kind of, like, it was pretty boring, like, right up until the end there, with the monster sex, and even that was, like, it was just gross. Yeah. Because it's really gross. Like, they do like a really good job on like monster semen, like making like monster spunk look like really fucking authentic and shit. This is like like hentai Japanese animation monster sex, and they do it up. It's pretty weird and disgusting, but it's a fun watch. I can't really you know, unlike Immortal Tales, it's hard to analyze this one, you know, from like any kind of like thematic, you know, standpoint or anything like that. But yeah, like I mean, you know, give it a watch if you're just into weird shit, like a lot of boobs. Yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, it's got some hot girls in it. Butler's pretty hot. Like, it's weird. It's funny in parts. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Give it a watch if you want. If you can get through the first 10 minutes of graphic horse sex, give this shit a watch, man. Okay, done.